At the time you'll be watching this video, I will have a mentor or I'll be looking for one. Landscape photography shouldn't be a business, right? It shouldn't be something that you're aiming to earn a living from. It should be something that pushes you outdoors and makes you enjoy the nature and being outside and capturing the beautiful scenes that our world is providing to us. And if you're trying to make it as a business, there's a chance for you to start losing motivation, since you get bombarded with all the different activities such as marketing, such as trying to aim for the customer's needs, you're trying to sell the prints, you're trying to market the prints, you're trying to look how the business works and all this stuff, and you might get discouraged eventually and not have that much time for photography itself, or whatever passion it might be: pottery, making music, painting, creating various different kinds of art. And I think the struggle is even bigger when you're trying to change the fields, jump from one field to another, professional fields, such as I'm as a construction architect jumping into photography field. And I think it's even more difficult if you are doing it by yourself. You're the only one member in a team at the moment. You have to make everything work by yourself without actually having a lot of knowledge in the field. The process itself might be fun, and at the same time it might be disaster. You might not be able to accomplish anything since you have so many responsibilities. However, I'm kind of a planning geek, and I believe that you can accomplish whatever you want if you dedicate time, plan accordingly, and be persistent. On the other side, who wouldn't want to live their passion? Who wouldn't want to get up every morning and be able to be happy because they know that they'll be following their dream today? They'll be doing what they love. And I never actually had this feeling back when I was doing my student jobs here and there, and there's no question why. I just didn't like the jobs, and I don't see myself in the future doing the same mistake and working my whole life doing something I don't love. So even though it's difficult, even though I might lack the skills at the moment, I'll be doing my best to research, meet the right people, learn from them, and assemble everything in one place so it works for me. And so currently I'm in a position where I'm forced to choose between three kinds of jobs: A, B, and C. I'll start with B. So job B is the safest one. I am educated in it. I'm educated as a construction architect. I finished my bachelor degree this year, and it's a safe choice. I could earn money, I could spend my whole life in front of a computer and be working it, but it's not the choice I'm after. Possibly due to my change of worldview, I'm not really into that field anymore. And it might be related to veganism, since I recently, or a year ago, converted myself to being a vegan. My worldview changed significantly. So therefore, I'm not willing to sit in front of a computer my whole life and build houses. But that's another topic. We can talk about it later. So the A job is the scariest one. I have no contacts, I have no experience in it, not much experience in it, just a year taking pictures here and there, fulfilling my dream and living according to the standards that I have to myself and to the surroundings, and working towards something I feel that I'm connected to. So landscape photography, traveling the world, taking landscape imagery and sharing with the world. And of course there's C jobs. C jobs are random, ordinary, day-to-day jobs, 9-to-5 jobs that would provide me with the income to follow my A job. That's it. These are the three options. So time is ticking, and the only attractive option, as you might have figured out, is a C job. A job. For it, I need to lay the strongest foundation. I need to focus all my attention to it, so it's easier for me in the future. I might end up doing C jobs in the future. I hope I will not have to, but if it happens, it happens. I'm focusing on the bigger picture, and C jobs will just help me to fulfill my A job dream. So as I mentioned before, you really have a lot of tasks to juggle around when you want to do something by yourself, for yourself, such as creating a business, let's say. And you really get overwhelmed by this, and you're not really sure about the priorities that you should probably have. You're not sure if you should be focusing on as a photographer, let's say, on the technical aspects, or you should travel more, or you should be promoting yourself more, or you should start selling print, should you buy printer, should you create a website. Like, there are all the things that you're not sure how to prioritize. Sometimes, of course, you can do it by yourself, and you can be reading books, reading literature about it. You can be going on YouTube, trying to find out resources and trying to find out the methods that others are doing. But if there's no one that's explaining you how to do it, you're not sure where to begin, and you just try to work hard. You really try to work hard. You try to work with all these fields, different fields that I just mentioned, and you're not really accomplishing anything, and none of the results are extraordinarily good, let's say. You're not master of any of those, let's say. So this is what I'm also struggling with, and I know that most of you, or some of you, might be having similar struggles. For me, not being educated neither in photography, journalism, videography, fields, none of those, I need to find someone, choose one area, of course, choose one area. It's either marketing, it's either photography, it's either business, it's either selling your work. Choose one area and try to find a person which has already done what you're trying to achieve. And some people might call them mentors. I just recently got familiar with this phrase, and I had to do some research on this, and probably you're learning as I do at the moment. 9 out of 10 people, the most successful businessmen in the world, and I mean really big, 9 out of 10 had mentors, and they had someone to look up to, someone to come to when they needed advice, someone to come to when they had some struggles. And Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Einstein. I mean, if Einstein needed a mentor, I think you and me need them even more. I'm not as good in my field as they are in theirs, and if they have mentors, I must have one as well. What you can do is you can either, what I'm going to be doing, I can either try to arrange a meeting with one of the mentors, or send them email, or get in touch with them and try to see if you can get the possibility to learn from them, basically. If that's not a possibility, you buy the books, you read the books. But this time I'm going to be trying to reach out to a photographer. As I mentioned in previous video, I'll link it probably here. And today, in a couple of hours, I'm having a meeting with him, and we'll just casually talk and see how it goes. It's my first meeting. He doesn't know that I want him to be my mentor, and I really admire his work, and I really admire what he's doing, and I would really like to be like him in a way, and there are lots of things I could learn from him. So therefore, having network meetings as such, I think it's really vital. I think one of the biggest mistakes when you're starting a business could be that you're not networking enough, and I'm the kind of person that I'm not really doing that much. But since you are in the field of the one you love and the one that you can freely talk about, and people can feel the passion in you, when you talk about their field that they're interested in and that I'm interested in, I think you can really have a good chat and learn a lot from each other. And so by doing so, you might save yourself a lot of years. You don't have to relearn everything that they have learned. If you get a person that's willing to help you in your journey, I think you can really shave a couple of years of learning the stuff that they learned. And I think that's the smart way of learning. You have to not only work hard, but you need to work smart. And of course, I need to do it as well. So I'm working hard. I'm going out, shoot images. I'm going out, shoot videos. I'm going out trying to promote myself. I'm going out to network meetings, trying to look for internships. And all these things are well and good, Of course, like all of us know, that's the path to success, but you might be working too hard, but not smart. You need to have someone who could guide you. Say, stop, wait a second. If your goal is here, why are you going up here? Try to follow the path that I can maybe provide you, that from my experience worked. Maybe you could reach the same objective. That's probably the way of mentorship, and that's what I realized would be the best strategy. And I mean, I'm not trying to sell anything, I'm not trying to tell you do this, but I think it would be really useful, since having someone to be accountable to, having someone to provide you actionable insights, I think is really incredible, and I don't really want to miss on this opportunity. So if I was a mentor of someone who is ambitious, you can see fire in his eyes, you can see passion that he has, and he or she might ask for advice from me, I would be only grateful that they're asking advice from me, that I'm the one they choose to look up to, and I would be willing to help them out. Just like in Byggnads Konstruktors days, in construction and architect days, during my education, I would be quite good at Revit. Don't want to brag, but I was good at Revit, and if I see that my advices and tips help people and make them excited, make them see that it's possible to achieve something that they haven't thought was possible before, I feel great. And I believe my mentor will be the same. So first of all, as well, I'll try to share my origin story. If you haven't introduced yourself to your mentor yet, that would be a good choice to do, I think. Introduce how you got here and why do you want to become a photographer, why do you want advice from them specifically. And I also heard that you shouldn't actually ask them for advices. As interesting it might sound, you shouldn't say, okay, I need to achieve this, how should I do it? You're just kind of putting extra pressure on them. You're making them to solve your problems. You're not there to do this. You're there to probably learn from them, learn from their mistakes, learn from their successes. So what I will do today, I will just, again, sharing my origin story. I'm going to be presenting whatever issues I have. I'll be telling him what I'm doing to work towards those and how to fix them, and then probably ask for feedback. Simple as that. And I think that's going to be my way of thinking, and just basically get into conversation. Maybe he will share some stories, maybe I can shoot back some as well, and see how it goes. So if you would like to support me, if you would like to give me some advices, please subscribe to the channel and please like the videos if you like those. I'm going to be making more videos consistently. I'm going to be presenting every challenge that I'm facing, photography related or business related, and just basically help you guys out, help you with your dreams and your passions. And I'm trying to make sure that none of us get sucked into this 9-to-5 mentality, and show that that's not the only way you can live. Basically it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. There you go.